With all the talk of the Samsung Galaxy S4, the HTC One is getting lost in the shuffle. Guess what? It shouldn't. This is one of the most beautiful Android phones ever made, and HTC is really bringing out the big guns this year for its flagship device with an all-new aluminum design, a fresh interface, and an ultra-pixel camera that is going to try to put the megapixel myth to death. This is our video review of the HTC One. The HTC One starts with one of the most gorgeous designs on the market, and that includes the iPhone 5. This is aluminum and glass, Gorilla Glass on the front, and HTC uses what they call a zero gap design. So it's very solid in the hand, and you can even see that some of the intricate work here on the antennas that are embedded in the back, as well as these precision holes for the dual speakers. Up front you have a 1080p display in 4.7-inch size, which means that you get the highest PPI on the market, or at least in terms of what we've seen thus far, and the colors that you can see are nice and vibrant. So the design itself is a little on the heavy side at a little over 5 ounces, and in the hand this can be a little bit of a stretch, but we like the curved back here. You have the micro USB port on the bottom, the spun metal volume control over here. This is the 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera on the back with flash, and up top you have the headphone jack as well as the power button that doubles as an IR blaster as a remote control. Overall, the fit and finish of the HTC One is just amazing for a device that's going to be one of the best on the market for 2013. HTC is taking a big gamble with the HTC One with its ultra pixel camera because instead of focusing on megapixels, they're going after more light. In fact, HTC claims that this camera captures up to 300% more light than some competing smartphones. In some of our tests, we saw some really great looking pictures. So this is one that we took outside of a fountain in Bryant Park, and here we actually have the iPhone 5, the same photo. So overall, you get a brighter image on the left-hand side. As you zoom in though, because you have 4 megapixels, some of the details get lost, like over here, and blown out. But when it comes to just sharing your pictures on social media and that sort of thing, I think a lot of people will be impressed with not only the speed, but the brightness of the photos on the HTC One. The other highlight feature of the HTC One's camera is called Zoe, and though it sounds strange, it is kind of fun. It gives you Vine-like functionality built into an Android device. So for example, if you wanted to just play this clip, it's about 3 seconds of video, and it also gives you 20 stills, and your camera starts shooting even before you press the shutter button. And then from here, you can share it out to social networks as well as HTC's own share service so people can look at your creations online. If you want to kick back with your smartphone while you're watching TV, the HTC One is actually a great couch potato companion because it comes with its own remote control built in and Sense TV software, which is powered by Peel. So what you will see here is all of the shows that are on currently. You can tell the software what shows you like to watch, so it'll only display the stuff that you like. And then you can actually change the channel just by clicking on any one of these icons. You can also use this as a remote for controlling your DVR, as well as changing the channels. And you can just swipe through to get to different functionality. So overall, the HTC One is definitely really good for watching TV. If you don't want to waste money on Bluetooth speakers, the HTC One has you covered with its own boom sound speakers that are built in. So you have 2 speakers on either side of the display, and it gets really loud. This is powered by Beats audio technology. So we're only at half right now. So you could easily fill a small or even medium-sized room with sound. If you're worried about performance, don't, because the HTC One comes with a 1.7 gigahertz Qualcomm 600 processor, so you get a lot of muscle in a device this size. Very fluid graphics performance. Oh, a little too far. Switching between applications, things are nice and smooth. Going to the browser, coming back out, opening the camera, going back to the home screen. So as you can see, even with the Sense overlay, this phone gives you a lot of power. But the question is, how long will that power last? And with a 2300 milliamp hour battery, we saw about 6 hours and 45 minutes of runtime in our battery test, which is Wi-Fi surfing over 3G. That's pretty good because it's about 45 minutes above the average. However, we didn't test on LTE yet because we're still waiting for the US version of the One to hit our labs. So that's one area that we're a little bit concerned, especially since with this sealed design, you won't be able to replace the battery. Overall, we gave the HTC One 4 out of 5 stars in our review for a few key reasons. One is that it's one of the most beautiful Android phones ever made. We love the 1080p display. The speakers are one of the best that we've heard on the market. And you get a really slick interface and a camera that takes really bright pictures. Add it all up, and the HTC One is easily one of our favorite Android phones of the year. This is Mark Spoonauer with Laptop Magazine, and this is our video review of the HTC One.